If you want to know how to practice communication skills, it's really not too difficult. We communicate with people all day long, day in and day out. Isn't that true? We have conversations with our spouses, with our children, with our coworkers, with our teachers, and everybody in between. The way to practice your communication skills, believe it or not, is to spend more time listening than talking. A lot of times if you ask someone, how do you improve your communication? They'll talk to you about how they should speak differently, or their cadence, or using bigger words, or saying less. In other words, their focus will be on how they speak or how they communicate. Interestingly enough, though, being a master communicator is really about listening. It's really about hearing and comprehending what the other person is telling you and being empathetic to their message, as opposed to just waiting for your chance to speak. And everybody knows what I mean when I say that, right? Because we all do it. Don't we do that? A lot of times when the other person's talking, we're just thinking about how we're going to respond instead of actually taking in what they're saying. So if you really want to practice communication skills, here's a couple of things you can do. When you're communicating face-to-face with someone, let them finish their complete thought before you jump in and give a response. Once they've finished that complete thought, take a moment and pause. Think about what they said, and then respond. Another thing that you can do is you can paraphrase back to them what they've just said to you. Something like, "So if I understand you correctly, you said," and then you repeat back to them what they had just said to you. That lets them know that you're really listening. Work on being interested instead of interesting, right? That will build a likeness. See, people like to be listened to, and so few people truly have good listening skills that if you do this with someone, you immediately create a fondness. They immediately like you more, and now you have more influence with that individual, which makes you a better communicator. So when you do speak, right, you have more effectiveness. So my mom used to say, "Brian, you have one mouth and two ears. You should use them in that proportion," right? That's a good tip for effective communication. I've been using these skills over the last 20 years to build some great businesses from home, to be self-employed, to work for myself. My team and I have been working on something for the last 2 years. It's really fantastic. If you're interested in possibly working for yourself or working from home, you can click on the link below here. It'll take you to www.workingwithbrian.com, and I'll give you all the information about what my team and I have been doing over the last 2 years to help people everywhere create an income from home, and not just making money, but using and developing these types of skills like communication, for example. So if you're interested in both getting better in areas like communication and making money at the same time, click on that link and I'll get you some more information. But in the meantime, just remember, most of communication or effective communication is listening, not talking.